The topic was about sustainable leadership in a changing working life, and what we do in our studies now is to see what kind of conditions that are important for individual leaders' own sustainability, not in order to lead sustainably, but actually to give the preconditions for being sustainable oneself in the role as a leader. We see many classical stress-related factors at the organizational level and in the work role, as high workload, time pressure, unclear goals or insufficient resources and things like that. But what is really interesting is to see the individual characteristics that also play a very significant role in how these interact. And what really comes first there is self-compassion and change resilience. That's what really matters for leaders on sustainability in this kind of very fast changing working life that we are experiencing. Self-compassion is the relationship you have with yourself. How do you treat yourself in particular in times of difficulty, inadequacies, or different kinds of shortcomings. So it's really about being tolerant, accepting, and give yourself what you need, the kind of love you need, perhaps when you don't deserve it because you feel that you have in some way failed, but that's when it's really important to develop their self-compassion.
Yes.
There's a lot of things you can do. There's, for instance, a training method called mindful self-compassion, where you can exercise this. So this is both a characteristic but also an ability that you can actually grow, just becoming aware of that inner critic or voice that is very negative and that is very also negative for our health and functioning. So you can work on that with different kind of programs. As I said, we are really living in times of change, and they are rapid. And what research says, and sustainability researchers all over the world, is that we need to be change resilient, both as individuals, organizations, and as societies, because the changes we are experiencing, that is partly driven, of course, by the technological development as well, and increased global competition, is to be resilient, which is about the ability to bounce back stronger or even stronger than before after times of challenging difficulties and stress, which is sort of the main theme of our working life today. So what we talk about is that uncertainty is the new normal, actually. So in order to be able to cope with that, we need to be resilient, to recover from those kinds of recurring changes and turbulence.